Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this year's 8th grade celebration. I am Matt Spear, head of middle school at Manlius, Pebble Hill, and we are excited that you are here tonight to celebrate the class of 2028. During my time at MPH, I've had the privilege of working with several talented groups of 8th grade students, and this group here to my left is no different. Individually, they excel in just about any activity you can imagine, and they pursue their respective crafts with an uncompromising commitment to excellence. They are runners, skiers, cyclists, race car drivers, and rock climbers. They are also spirited competitors in soccer, volleyball, basketball, and tennis, with some students not only playing at the JV and varsity levels, but making significant contributions on the largest stage. Speaking of stages, they are also award-winning actors and writers and musicians who turned in memorable performances in How to Host a Murder Mystery Dinner Party and, of course, The Addams Family. They don't have dabbling interests, they have passionate pursuits, and they are scholars who will wow you with their impressive knowledge on topics ranging from world history to Pink Floyd, and of course, the Eras Tour. As individuals, they are impressive, but as a group, they are a force. And they have an esprit de corps that hits you like a South Carolina heat wave. They laugh together, joke together, and journey together. When a seemingly short walk to the Museum of Natural History on the DC Mall turned into a legendary trek in 90 degrees heat, they pushed on, but they made sure that none of their classmates lagged behind. In their recent TED Talks, they courageously shared some of their personal challenges, knowing that they had a trusting audience in their classmates who would honor each speaker with an empathetic sensitivity. They have led the middle school this year with a cohesive spirit, and they will undoubtedly carry this spirit forth into the upper school. We are proud of all of them. A long-standing middle school tradition is for the 8th grade students who have been at MPH since pre-K and kindergarten to write and deliver a history of their class. This year I would like to invite to the stage An Rekas, Tay Reed, Adam Sana, and Josh Wilson to share some memories about the class of 2028.
In pre-K and kindergarten, we had Miss Johnson and Miss Verlet. They introduced us to how fun school could be and helped us to learn things like the 5 C's of lower school. Some days, Miss Johnson would sing to us, or we would make stone soup with the current 9th graders. We baked a lot with Miss Heath and would pinch pots with Mr. Wallace. In those years, we took lots of naps to keep us energized throughout the day.
In first grade, we had Miss Pizell and enjoyed a great year. She taught us the 50 states, where we each got assigned a state and got to listen to We Are a Family and All by Myself to remember our member bands. This was the year we also started to get our school-made lunches, and nothing will compare to when we got to meet Kiki the giraffe.
Our learning continued with Miss Pebble in 2nd grade. This year we were still in the CO, but had a new gym and art room. We were always late to gym in second grade, a habit that sometimes still carries over today. In second grade, we did our space unit and we learned about the planets, the sun, and our galaxy. We were a small class, but Miss Pebble kept our learning fun.
In third grade, our teachers, Miss Abdo, Miss R, Miss Champlin, and Miss Brand, had us practice our reading and writing skills, and we grew a lot as students. Miss Brand even gave us Smarties that year to make us smart. Miss Abdo taught us social studies, and we learned a lot about different countries, irrigation, and Egypt. This year was one of our favorites because it was the last year of classic red and white day. The red team still holds bragging rights for that.
In fourth grade, we had Miss Concepcion and Miss Ricardella. This was also our COVID year, and we spent a lot of time working online. We could eat snacks whenever we wanted, we had recess, and even made roller coasters. Despite the fact we were distant, it was a great year.
As we got into our final year in lower school, Miss C, Miss R, and Miss Matthews certainly gave us lasting memories. We went sledding, watched shows during lunch, sang the shish kebab song, and even buried Fergie Buttons, which was a rat, we had to memorialize on the lower field. Of course, the most memorable part of 5th grade was the play, where we got to create and star in a play parody talk show.
Our first year in middle school, we had a lot more teachers, but Miss Owen and Miss Foster did their best to make sure we had a great time, even if we were stuck in the same rooms most of the day. We had lunch in the theme park, and when we couldn't do that, we watched classroom movies. We started playground club to get us outside more and flex our athletic muscles, even though we lost at Winter Carnival and Red and White Day that year, we grew a lot of the class.
By 7th grade, we had Dr. B, Miss Ferenzi, and Miss Cahill. We had fun planning and playing in our dodgeball tournament and taking brisk walks with Mr. Curtis. We participated in many sports teams that year too, from soccer and basketball to volleyball and track. Our favorite memory was the Cornell trip. We did rock climbing, zip lining, and even got to jump off a telephone pole and soar like a flying squirrel.
This year, Miss Doyle, Miss Greenwald, Miss Ray, and all our other teachers helped us to get ready for high school. We presented at the STEM fair, made books for the kindergarten class in English, and finished the year strong with our TED Talks. In our sports teams, we got to take on more leadership roles as the oldest in the group. We got to take a small field trip to the youth bookstore for English and ate some delicious sandwiches from Brooklyn Pickle. Our favorite memory from 8th grade was the DC trip. Going to museums, monuments, and Little Shop of Horrors at Ford's Theater with our friends made this year a year we won't forget.
Thank you, students, for those great memories. You'll now hear from members of our 8th grade band and orchestra as they play Fanfare Rondeau, directed by our band teacher, Anna Freeburn. Thank you, band and orchestra. You all sounded great. In years past, we have invited an 8th grade family member to the stage to offer some advice and inspiration to our students. This year, we are honored to have Dr. Kami Riley to share some thoughts. Born and raised locally, Kami graduated from Chittenango, received her Bachelor's of Science from St. Lawrence, and attended UB Medical School. After graduating in 2000, completing a residency, she returned to Syracuse and worked for St. Joe's as an internal medicine physician. Several years later, she stepped away from practice to spend her days with Elle and Peter from birth until they went to preschool. She then transitioned her career to help children with a variety of needs. She started as the director of programming at Children's Therapy Network 10 years ago and has worked to bring services to children from birth to 5 years old throughout a third of New York State. She currently serves on the board of trustees at the Most, and prior to that was president of the board of the CNY March of Dimes. In her free time, she enjoys all of their many family pets, stand-up paddleboarding, skiing, hiking, and learning to golf with Elle and Peter. Please welcome Dr. Kami Riley.
Wow, thank you. Oh my gosh, look at this class. I'm going to go all like, whew. I'm so honored to have been asked to share some thoughts as you're leaving middle school in the rear view and heading to upper school. And as an aside, as a parent, I feel way more comfortable saying upper school than high school. I think that softens the blow. When I think about this amazing point in your timelines, at this moment, the world is in perfect balance. Think of all the hard work behind you. And, I'm not just talking about the French quizzes, the ICWEs, the TED Talks, but about the really super hard hills that you've conquered, navigating friendships, musical instruments, sports, and simply just growing up. And in front of you stretches opportunity as far as the eye can see. When Mr. Spear asked me if I'd like to have the opportunity to speak tonight, I immediately was like, of course. I had a million ideas swirling in my head, but then as I started to reflect on tonight, and I thought about, your journey and what advice I'd have to offer, I started to feel a bit like a Disney character, like what you have, the power is already inside you. Because honestly, you've already been given the tools you need, the framework that you need to not only survive, but to thrive in upper school and beyond. So I thought maybe we would talk about that. Pajamas, ice cream, and pizza. These are the days that punctuate the year with extra excitement. So often they reward a job well done or a milestone reached. And my question is, why don't adults plan for these days in their lives? Maybe we should. The energy is palpable, the spring in everyone's step just a little more springy when we celebrate milestones big and small. My advice to you is to always take time to share joy. Celebrate a job well done on a test or a challenging conversation with a friend when maybe you found more patience than you really thought you had. Or maybe you just made it to school on time when everything that morning seemed to go terribly wrong. We don't have to wait for big events and awards to take a moment to congratulate ourselves or others or to enjoy a treat. A big accomplishment is never really a surprise, am I right? No one ever said, oh wow, for me? I didn't even know there was a Nobel Prize. Goals that are reached may have tens or hundreds or even thousands of steps along the way. We should always take time to celebrate the journey. I think when we appreciate the journey and the steps, we gain perspective on the mountain. Now I wanted to say a word on field trips. Some of you may be thinking, what do field trips have to do with the rest of my life? Well, if you're in my house, you may think it's an exercise in remembering to turn in a permission slip, which is definitely a life skill. But field trips show us something bigger. As a class, you've been to the theater, to Washington, D.C., to the used bookstore, even to Carvel. Perhaps you wouldn't have chosen those places of all the places that you could possibly go, but I'm certain that almost all of you had an amazing time on every one. Why? I think field trips are like great theater. The location may be the same, the script even relatively the same, but when the actors bring it to life, it is never the same show twice. It's the people, the moment in time, and the perspectives that create the magic. No, yes, there is actual learning. If you are at Cornell on the ropes course, you already know that breaking routine and stepping out of your comfort zone changes you. As Peter told me the other day, it's a field trip that you go on once, but you remember for the rest of your life. As you move up to the upper school, I encourage you to seek out and embrace experiences, both mundane and extraordinary, and enjoy and appreciate the perspectives of those around you. It's our experiences that construct the tapestry that is the backdrop for our lives. I encourage you to embrace all the magic that you can. What can I say about dodgeball? Well, were the parents' sweatbands awesome? Yes. Did I fear for my life and kids be adults? Yes. Watching your class work together for something bigger than yourselves? This was priceless. Philanthropy is such an important part of life balance. I think when we usually think about balance, we're thinking about work and play. This is a wonderful construct of balance, and it is critical to find our just right formula to keep ourselves replenished. But I think we also need to consider what I think of as longitudinal balance, working towards achievements in front of us while placing equal importance on what we leave behind us. Acts of kindness, moments of grace, and goodwill. We don't have to raise money to leave an impact, although this is an amazing thing to do. A kind word to someone having a tough day, extending help to a teacher or a parent, or just identifying a need no one knows exists and then trying to help. These are all the little moments we can do every day and create an amazing impact. I challenge you as you move into upper school to take inventory periodically of what you've given to help others and be proud of the impact that you have. It will be amazing. I found a wonderful quote by Albert Einstein that says, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value." It's a great quote, but the more I sat with it, the more I thought, I don't think you really have to choose success or value. I think you can have both. So no offense to Al, but I think I'm more aligned with a famous poet of our time. You guys are probably familiar with Shep. In his work, Monday to Sunday, he says, "I'm taking big steps like Rocky, like common courtesy, I'm gonna open the door for people behind me." Okay, maybe he wasn't totally trying to spin a commentary on philanthropy and achievement balance, but I couldn't resist. Lastly, I want to leave you with one quick mention of concerts, games, art shows, and tonight. What do these have in common? The people seated in front of you. These are the people that ran to put together the black shirt, black pants, or was it white shirt, black pants for the concert. They are the people that stood in the rain to watch you play soccer or waited in their cars to pick you up from the dance. They ran your forgotten computer to school and picked you up after waiting patiently in line. These are your cheerleaders, your sounding boards, your safe spaces. Don't underestimate these people that lived these same years as you, albeit a long, long time ago. Take care of them. This is a big night and a big step for them as well. So I'll leave you with this thought. Enjoy all of the road ahead of you. Don't eat too many Bucky Smiths. And congratulations.
Cami, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. Outstanding. It is now time to recognize the class of 2028 and hear more about the individuals who make up this extraordinary group. I'd like to invite our 8th grade advisors, Ms. Doyle, Ms. Grunwald, and Ms. Ray to the podium as we recognize each member of the class with some personalized remarks. As each recognition is presented, the students are invited to the stage to receive their 8th grade certificate. Ms. Doyle.
Good evening, everybody. Could my advisees please stand up? We're going to begin with Mira D. Vincentis. With all the time Mira does not spend on a phone, she can write in her diary, create poetry and award-winning essays, participate in science competitions, and decorate her math homework with doodles that make Miss Ellerton smile. In fact, all of her teachers have enjoyed the happy surprise of their previously neglected whiteboards being jazzed up with some Mira pics, which she sketches with the stealth of a graffiti artist. Direct and honest in real life, Mira brought her deadpan humor to the stage in the middle school play. for all her impressive accomplishments, including a, quote, superior rating in the NCTE Young Writers Contest and participation in the Central New York Science and Engineering Fair. Mira is down to earth. During lunch one day on our class trip to DC, I apologized for wolfing down my gyro like an animal. And Myra shrugged, doesn't bother me. Even though she claims her theme song is anti-hero, Mira, hi, she's a hero, a star of stage and screen and light, and we will all be rooting for her in upper school. Molly Lincoln. When Molly asks if you want to play musical ABCs, do it. Yes, she's seen everything, but she'll hold back so you can have think time before she gently suggests Addams Family, Beetlejuice, Carrie, Dear Evan Hansen. Even though Molly is just finishing her first year at MPH, we can't remember the time when she wasn't here. In the middle school play, Molly was commanding, but in the upper school play, lipstick smeared across her face, audiences really got to see her commitment to her performance. I can still hear the slap of her fall on the table. Molly is a valuable community member with friends young and old. When one kindergartner didn't have a buddy for our children's story project, Molly adopted a second buddy and wrote an additional story in her spare time, determined to make it special. Molly's upper school friends and theater lab describe her as a, quote, ray of sunshine, a characterization affirmed by all of her teachers. Molly's generous heart and expansive interests will make her a great novelist, or a great guitarist, or a great actor, or whatever it is. We will all be there to cheer you on through upper school. Logan left. When Logan came to MPH in the fall, his epic hair hid his laughing eyes, but it didn't take long for the rest of us to see his warmth and humor behind the curtain. Logan's perennial good mood is seen in class, and especially in the dining hall where he scarfs platefuls of chicken tenders. Logan can deliver a pun or joke or an answer to a rhetorical question in English class with a straight face. Even with his passion for video games, Logan is a student athlete first, working hard in class and on the soccer field, basketball court, and track. But he is a very relaxed guy. Even when a bee was darting toward him on the upper field, he said calmly, "I have a horrible fear of bees." But he is not quiet with his trombone, nor should he be. A leader in the brass section, Logan flexed his eldest child of 4 muscles and was a role model for the aspiring musicians. Logan is sure to kill it in upper school. Harry Nelson, who is absent, but we're going to honor him as he travels in Italy. Harry Nelson might be the kindest person you'll ever meet. Harry doesn't walk down the hall, he bounces. He's tickled by life, whether playing Minecraft or reading what he considers to be scandalous texts like the Communist Manifesto, or watching Little Shop of Horrors at the Ford Theater in DC. Harry is full of wonder, and laughter fizzes from his enthusiastic soul. Harry is open-hearted and honest, and often takes risks to start discussions about difficult topics. Traveling in Europe now, Harry is undoubtedly enriching his already packed trove of history knowledge and is certain to notice everything and to deepen his imaginings of life's possibilities. Barrett O'Mara. Once in advisory when we were discussing how to disagree effectively, Barrett said, "Sometimes I'll just let people talk and not engage." I think we should all get bracelets made with the acronym WWBD. What would Barrett do for the upcoming election season? Whether he is writing Spanish stories that someday may rival Gabriel Garcia Marquez, or leading his section on his trumpet in the band, or dribbling on the court, Barrett has the maturity and patience of the second eldest of 5 children, and he has the work ethic of a son of a father. Not surprisingly, Barrett's artwork is always related to the family farm. And when asked what his favorite animal was, he said, "Cow," an apt choice for such a peaceful, contemplative kid. Barrett's self-possession will serve him well in upper school, but his heart and gentle ways will serve the world for years to come. Anurekis exemplifies the wisdom and maturity that comes with being the longest-standing member of the class of 2028. Even if she did say that the snow cone truck at the year's spring dance was just ice, she is the best listener and always has a piece of advice or kind word to share when her friends need her. She says her friends are her favorite part of MPH because they make school more enjoyable. Boy, oh boy, did they have fun on this year's DC trip. She also took over the field in varsity soccer, spiked the ball in JV volleyball, and rode her heart out on the Chargers Rowing Club. She excels as a student, creating beautiful pieces of art and advocating for all the fun activities and no homework in Spanish. We know that no matter what Anya chooses to do, she'll take on her next chapter with grace, creativity, and dedication. Ella Rubenstein. Elle has had an impressive year. Did you see her in the middle school play as the sketchy lawyer, or her original design for the Winter Carnival t-shirt? Did you hear Elle perform at a high honor level in NYSSMA? Did you see Elle's Gold Key award-winning self-portrait? And what about that epic green cloak that Elle made when the inspiration hit on a Saturday afternoon at home? Elle could teach a master class in creativity, but anyone who wants operating instructions for life would seek no further if they witnessed Elle's TED Talk. This was not just impressive, it was dazzling. Elle showed us what to do when the best laid plans of mice and men go awry. You keep moving, you keep smiling, you keep connecting, and you trust that your excellence is so much bigger than any one moment. Elle is the paragon of MPH virtues: authenticity, agency, creativity, respect, and the greatest of all, kindness. When global uncertainties make us feel hopeless, just remember that Elle Rubenstein is in this world. Sebastian Sanzoni. At our advisory's first activity, it was Sebastian's turn to create the topic for our game of Name 6. Those of us who had gone already suggested topics like Name 6 kinds of cereal or Name 6 brands of sneakers. Sebastian chose a topic that to him probably seemed as prosaic as the others. Name 6 world capitals, he said, that begin with B. Sebastian's love for history and cello and pasta were so consuming at the beginning of the year, who would have imagined that there was room in that mind and heart for yet another love? But if you attended the art show and saw the results of Sebastian's wheel throwing that he created in class, in tutorial, after school, even scant minutes in between classes or when he was supposed to be at lunch, you know that this kid's capacity for passion is infinite. Sebastian understands himself as a serious intellect, but it doesn't crowd out his sense of humor, like telling our lunch table he was going to get a buzz cut, as if. Next year, MPH's MUN will welcome a great new talent in Sebastian. Tyler Willis. Tyler Willis brings the skibbity riz when he's playing on the varsity basketball team, acting in original plays written by peers, researching the most effective angle for shooting basketballs, cruising the campus shop, or persuading his peers on the importance of rule breaking. Tyler is a friend to all the grimaces and finds some way to connect with everyone. One of Tyler's fellow advisees said that one thing he liked about Tyler was that he was, quote, a big actor, but chill. When another classmate was deeply distressed earlier in the year, I asked him what would make him feel better, and he said, I'd like to talk to Tyler. Tyler's heart is as tender as they come, and when asked what he liked about MPH, he said, the community. Everyone is kind to each other. Tyler, with your kind heart, excellent mind, and talent singing Elvis, the sky is the limit. Evan Zacchio, who is not here, but we will honor him as well. Ms. Foster said that if she were abducted by aliens, she is confident that Evan Zacchio would seamlessly slip into teaching the science class. Evan would be the logical successor. He's smart, dependable, and super chill. Evan says that his theme song is That's Life. And even though his initials are EZ, he is not too relaxed to be committed to his community. A standout leader on the middle school leadership team, Evan is also a dedicated hockey player and a member of a travel baseball team. And he's also just a really great kid. I once witnessed a group of students step over spilled water in the hall, but Evan went to get paper towels to clean it up. And just last week, he volunteered his drum set skills for the lower school band performance. Evan is certain to have the happy problem of being endowed with too many talents to choose what he wants to do as he continues his journey through life.
Thank you, Ms. Doyle. Please welcome to the stage our next 8th grade advisor, Ms. Julia Grunwald, who will read narratives for her adoption.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Could I please have my advisory stand up? Great. A competition never knew what was coming until Connor Gardner came around. Joining the school in 6th grade, he has done it all, from playing sports like tennis and varsity soccer, and excelling in music to dominating math competitions and bringing humor to every corner of our school. Connor takes his strong will and leadership tendencies out of the classroom, where he enjoys friendly banter, whether amongst friends or utilizing charming persuasion to achieve a goal. It makes sense that he aspires to be a lawyer, though the reasons are still a bit murky. Maybe it's the thrill of debate, or maybe it's just a good excuse to argue professionally. Either way, we're confident that whatever path Connor chooses, he'll do it with the same passion and humor he's shown here at NPH. If the stage were a hockey rink, chances are Hayden Halbritter would have already scored a hat trick. There is something about the thrill of the game that transforms Hayden into a dynamic athlete, as his name is synonymous with dedication and skill in both hockey and lacrosse. His friends would describe him as funny and a comedian, always ready with a joke or a clever quip to lighten the mood. Hayden's aspirations are as ambitious as his athletic endeavors. He dreams of becoming a professional hockey player, a goal that seems well within reach, given his passion and relentless pursuit of excellence. We look forward to seeing Hayden's talents continue to grow and evolve, knowing that there is no sport he cannot play and no challenge he cannot tackle. Hayden, your future is as bright as the smile you bring to your friends' faces, and we are excited to cheer you on every step of the way. Chloe Hesse has become an integral part of our community. She played modified soccer and volleyball, and she's aiming for varsity and JV next year. Beyond school sports, she enjoys ice skating and playing basketball for fun. Chloe's soprano voice has been a beautiful addition to our school's chorus. She's not just talented, but always eager to share her joy through clubs like playground and karaoke, as well as other activities. Her friends describe her as funny, energetic, and friendly. Looking ahead, Chloe aspires to be a therapist, driven by her desire to help others. She even bravely presented her TED Talk on mental health and continues to bring her energy and kindness wherever she goes. And let's not forget, she's the best dancer in Spanish class, always ready to rock La Monia dance. Chloe, you've made a significant impact in just 1 year, and we can't wait to see all the amazing things you'll accomplish. Let me introduce to you the Renaissance student of the century, the maestro of multitasking, Nora McGee. She joined the MPH family in 5th grade and has been making waves ever since. She is not just our average student, oh no. She's a team player on varsity soccer, volleyball, and even a member of the Chargers rowing club. Because why not conquer land and sea? Described by peers as a blend of athleticism and humor, she's the life of the party and the heart of the team. And let's not forget her groundbreaking achievements. The first ever 6th grader to volunteer for creating a class story,
featuring an epic saga of softball shenanigans in the library with a monster and a booger. Truly a literary genius in the making. Plus, she's mastered the art of gesture reading in Spanish class, because why communicate with just words when you can speak volumes with your hands? So there you have it, the one and only Nora McGee. Peter Rubenstein is a shining example of what it means to be engaged, passionate, and committed, both inside and outside the classroom. I mean, seriously, it's like he's juggling soccer balls, golf clubs, and calculators all at the same time. And when he's not dominating in the classroom, you can find him rocking out an orchestra as a section leader or stealing the show at the latest school play. But wait, there's more. I'm talking about math competitions, Latin and Greek club meetings, and even some Dungeons and Dragons thrown in for good measure. These activities highlight his love for learning and his dedication to expanding his knowledge and skills in various fields. Oh, and did I mention his love for literature? His passion for books is evident in his thoughtful discussions and insightful perspectives on a wide range of literary works. Peter's vibrant personality, quick wit, and sense of humor bring joy and laughter to those around him, making him a beloved member of our school community. So here's to Peter Rubenstein, a true jack of all trades, and master of making the most of every moment. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you a student with energy and passion like no other, our thrill seeker, Francis Tolman. Francis's journey began with us in the 7th grade, and he has made a remarkable impact in just such a short time. He has thrown himself into numerous activities and excelled in each one. In sports, he has been a dedicated member of the ski community, bringing an impressive energy to the team. Francis's favorite aspect of the ski racing team was the thrill and fun of the races, which speaks volumes about his adventurous spirit. Beyond skiing and mountain biking, Francis participated in visual arts, where he created an award-winning design for a skateboard that was displayed in the Whitney Applied Technology Center at OCC. In the classroom, Francis delighted his Spanish class by bringing his favorite toy car to spark discussions about cars. His extensive knowledge led to many engaging debates, often ending with the class torn between the merits of a Porsche, Lamborghini, or Ferrari. Congratulations, Francis, on all your achievements. We can't wait to see what your talents and passions take you next. Sona Trika joined our community in 6th grade, and since then, she has been a vibrant and integral part of our school. Her involvement in varsity soccer, volleyball, skiing, and rowing, both inside and outside of MPH, demonstrates her dedication and diverse talents. Sona's passion for performing arts is equally impressive, as she shares her musical talents with us by playing the tenor saxophone. She is known for bringing joy and creativity to every interaction, especially in the classroom, with her inventive contributions to class stories and her enthusiastic discussions. Sona's aspirations are as ambitious as they are whimsical. She dreams of being the president of the world and Elsa from Frozen. Congratulations, Sona. Your infectious joy and creativity will undoubtedly lead you to great heights. From the moment Josh Wilson arrived in 1st grade, he brought a curious mind and a knack for asking questions. In sports, Josh has shown us what it means to persevere, whether charging through a cross-country course or sprinting down the track. His dedication and spirit have been inspirational. And let's not forget his love for music, always rushing to chorus to play the guitar and filling his classmates' ears with, of course, the sounds of Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. Josh's talents don't stop there. He's an active Boy Scout, a member of the chorus, and a devoted participant in our D&D club. Combining the strategy of Dungeons and Dragons with the camaraderie of Boy Scouts gives a glimpse of Josh's unique blend of hobbies. His friends describe him as
smart, friendly, and a bit peculiar, qualities that have made him a cherished part of our community. Looking ahead, Josh aspires to be an archaeologist, a fitting choice for someone fascinated by the world's mysteries. His dream vacation to Turkey shows he's ready to explore new horizons. So let's give it a big round of applause for Josh Wilson. At NPH, we teach the importance of community and personal growth. And clearly, Simone Winkleman exemplifies these qualities. You've seen her shine in many areas, from her dedicated participation in the orchestra to her involvement in various clubs. Simone's passion for competitive climbing and her sharp intellect are evident in everything she does. Her cultural awareness and insights are outstanding, especially in Spanish class, where she embodies intercultural competencies, in every endeavor. Simone's friends describe her as passionate and dedicated, and it's clear to see why. Whether she's helping her friends in study hall or excelling in her hobbies like rock climbing and art, she brings a unique energy and perspective to our community. Her witty, smart, and kind nature might sometimes disguise her as incredible dedication and passion. She's the kind of friend who makes school better just by being there. We are proud to have Simone as part of our community and excited to see where her many talents and passions will take her in the future. From the soccer field to the basketball and tennis courts, Jassim Zaman has proven himself to be a versatile athlete. Whether dribbling a basketball or soccer ball or serving an ace, he's always been a force to be reckoned with. But Jassim's talents don't stop at sports. He's also an accomplished cellist in our MPH orchestra. In fact, during those extra long orchestra breaks, you could often find him engaged in an intense ping pong match with Connor. Who knew ping pong could double as orchestra practice? Jassim's friends describe him as quiet and kind, and his thoughtful nature shines through in everything he does. His dedication to learning is truly inspiring. When he's not mastering his backhand or perfecting his cello performance, Jassim has a knack for intellectual pursuits. This year, Jassim combined his love for music with his intellect to create a fascinating STEM fair project, asking if people could distinguish between human and AI-generated music. Looking to the future, Jassim might just become a professional tennis player. With his dedication and skill, I wouldn't be surprised to see him competing at Wimbledon one day. But no matter where life takes him, whether he's playing tennis, performing music, or exploring new intellectual horizons, one thing is certain: Jassim will continue to be the quiet, thoughtful, and sweet person we've all come to admire.
Thank you, Ms. Grunwald. Please welcome to the stage our next 8th grade advisor, Ms. Nicole Ray, who will read the narratives for her advisees.
Will my advisory please stand? If Crocs ever needed a brand ambassador, Max Albanese is the right guy for the job. His style is easily recognizable by his pink flamingo pair and his Shrek bucket hat. It's not just his stellar fits that make him shine, though. He's also a star athlete. As an 8th grader, he joined varsity soccer and JV basketball, playing small forward. Courageously, he took on 9th grade and 10th graders with drives to the basket, completely unintimidated. His love of sports even translated to his STEM fair project this year, where he asked why athletes select their jersey numbers. He's also a great teammate and cares deeply about his friends. This year alone, he made sure they were always well fed on spicy ramen, drinks, and occasional Hot Pockets from the campus shop. All jokes aside, we hope his love of sports and community continues to grow as he enters into high school. If her friends were asked to choose one word to describe Abby Alexander, some might say quiet, I think, however, that word might be changing very soon. Whether she's laughing with her friends, repeating directions to the class after her teachers have said it 12 times, engaging in beautifully long sentences during her French warm-ups, or moderately freaking out about candy wrappers, Abby has certainly found her voice, and she is hilarious. Since joining MPH in 6th grade, Abby has also become an integral part of our community, participating in track, soccer, band, and even dabbling in playground club, D&D, and improv. With her wide array of interests, Abby certainly surprises us every day. We can't wait to see what surprises she has in store for the future. What kind of grilled cheese should I make? Was uttered by Major DiPilato countless times from his beanbag throne this year in tutorial. If he wasn't playing Papa's Cheeseria, he was playing Minecraft, finding a way to slip McDonald's grimace into conversation, phantom taxing snacks from his friends, or executing his best impression of the Doctor, sonic screwdriver sometimes included. Outside of his leisurely pursuits, he was a standout alpha leader in the middle school band and even won great praise at the NYSSMA Solo and Allegro Honor Band Festivals. He also worked hard to build his STEM fair project around a personal strength, video games, and finished off the year sharing his expert knowledge on roller coasters in his 8th grade TED Talk. Major only joined MPH a year ago, but in that year he has made himself an integral part of our community. Wherever life takes Major next, we know he's got this. We would all be so lucky to have a friend like Anya Freeman. Whether she's asking about your family, staying after class to wait to walk with you to your next one, or stopping to say hi to her lower school buddies in the hallway, she has a humanity and maturity that is unmatched. Whether she knows it or not, she puts her whole heart into everything she does. She was a co-creator of the coolest hip-hop song, David Huey Es Muy Loco, for Spanish class. She was co-captain for her 8th grade winter carnival team. She was a loyal and dedicated teammate on modified volleyball and track. And she even gave a beautiful and brave TED Talk on her sister Addie. Anya is the kind of person who uplifts and brings joy and infectious laughter to every room she walks into. And we wish her well as she prepares for high school. You wouldn't guess it, and she'd even be surprised to know. But Zanir Izmir is a standout comedic actor. She has mastered the art of wry, punny humor, and gave an outstanding performance as the host in How to Host a Murder Mystery Dinner Party. Outside of performance art, she's also one of the few humans her age who doesn't rush to fill a silent moment. No, she's comfortable waiting, reflecting, and then following up with a carefully articulated idea. Whether she's planning to take down a monster in Dungeons & Dragons Club, making the connection between tectonic rings of fire and Johnny Cash and science, or spending countless hours finishing an art project, Zanira is always thinking. She is one of the coolest, most meticulous, most organized students I have ever had the pleasure of teaching, and we wish her well in whatever challenges and endeavors life may bring. Aiden McLean is easily one of the easiest people to talk to, mostly because he can strike up a conversation about literally anything. Whether he's telling a story about his brother Asher, or this one time on the mountain, or how he managed to be covered in mud yet again, Aiden is always excited to share his latest and greatest ideas. He's a star athlete participating in competitive ski racing and mountain biking. He's also a powerhouse student. He can be singing Big Flo et Oli and Edith Piaf in French, staring intensely at the board trying to work out a math problem, or giving his classic Aiden smile in history that means he's thought up something brilliant, but perhaps a bit mischievous. Overall, Aiden is a kind, caring, and thoughtful human, and we wish him all the best as he prepares for upper school. If you've ever wondered who is swirling down the hallways of MPH, well, it might just be Taeyeon Ryu. He has a bright and positive attitude in everything he does, but the thing he loves most is performing. You might see him dancing on the theater stage, leading the tenor section in orchestra, proudly singing Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo in tutorial, or taking extra time to participate in performing arts festivals like All County and NYSSMA. When he's not spending time performing, he's giving his all in class. He has an insatiable appetite for understanding Spanish culture, and is a natural linguist and Spanish speaker. He also cares deeply about equity, conducting his STEM project on light pollution and its impact on ecosystems, or helping an LGBTQ+ allies club. His name in Korean means a person who shines like the sun, and he certainly has in his time at MPH. We hope that he continues to shine in whatever he does in the future. Adam Sana is an old soul with quick wit and a great sense of humor. He is quiet in class, but it's worth the wait when he speaks up and lightens the mood with a great joke. For example, he's the honorary Luc Garou of French. Adam is always willing to act out any story with gusto. He's also a car aficionado and lights up when talking about top speeds and car clubs tournaments of sports cars. When he's not repping the Miami Dolphins or out on the MPH tennis courts, he's out on the track practicing for his next incredible go-kart race. He even shared both his love of the sport and some of his near dangerous experiences with us in his 8th grade capstone project. Wherever life takes Autumn next, we hope he's on the move and having fun. One has to listen closely and patiently for Marissa Sivak's sweet personality and wicked sense of humor to come out. She knows how to go with the flow and doesn't take anything too seriously. In yoga club, Marissa could be counted on to giggle through all the asanas, making sure they kept it light because laughter is the best expression of wellness. On the soccer team, Marissa was dedicated to contributing to the happy vibe. One of her teammates even said, she didn't really care if we won the game, she was just happy to be a part of the team. In fact, she was so devoted to the team that when she forgot her cleats that one time, she shoved her foot into her teammate's extra small pair, like Cinderella glass slippers. Her loyalty and love of friends shined especially bright on the 8th grade DC trip. We wish her lots of laughs and happiness as she prepares for upper school.
MPH families, colleagues, I present to you the MPH class of 2028. I would now like to invite our 8th grade team leader, Ms. Ray, back to the podium for a few additional remarks.
What a wonderful opportunity it has been to watch these brilliant and energetic students grow over the past few years. As they move on to upper school and into this next exciting chapter, I would like to take a moment to thank you, the families, for all of your support in their growth. This year would not have been nearly as successful without the teamwork between our school and all of you. While you brilliant, energetic students shined in the classroom, on the athletic field, at the STEM fair, the art show, and on the performing arts stage, just to name a few, you were the driving forces behind the scene. You were there helping edit and revise all those papers late at night. You were there driving them to practices and games, rain or shine. You were there watching them develop their own unique sense of humor and fantastic personalities. You made sure they had snacks from the campus shop to fuel their busy days and helped guide them through the occasional mischievous moment of patience and wisdom. You have been the backbone, the pillars, the glue holding it all together for our students this year. Let me just say you all deserve a round of applause, or maybe just a long nap after keeping up with these lively 8th graders all year long. But through it all, you were with us, and we could not be more grateful for your partnership. Your sacrifices, support, sideline cheering and coaching, crisis snack supplying, and late night project helping made this year unforgettable. So as we celebrate this milestone for your 8th grade students, please allow me to express our deepest gratitude to you, the families. Thank you for everything that you do. We cannot wait to see how your students continue to grow in the years ahead.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ray. At this point, I would like to invite our head of school, Jim Foley, to come to the stage.
Mr. Steer, would you do me a favor, just join me real quickly? Don't mind? Okay, thank you. So, congratulations, class of 2028. Before we put the final finishing touch on this wonderful ceremony and close out the books on your middle school careers, I want to spend a moment in collective appreciation and gratitude for another great middle school career. This year marks the final year that Mr. Matt Spear will serve as the head of middle school here at MPH. I would only be stating the truth to observe that you all know Mr. Spear better than I do. After all, I only just arrived to MPH while you've spent the entirety of your middle school careers under his care and direction. So while I might not be the person to most fully capture and celebrate everything that makes his leadership distinct, I can tell you that I've known many school leaders in my day, and I can't think of a single one who more embodies the dedication and loyalty, the enthusiasm and joy, the prudence and the generosity that every middle school student deserves from their school. Whenever we go camping, we're urged to leave the campsite in better shape than when we found it. Here again, I can't speak to what the MPH middle school experience was like before Mr. Spear took the reins, but many of you might recall that he first started in this role during the 2019-2020 school year, which ended very, very differently than this one. I am certain that his steady leadership, his relentless optimism, and his dedication to MPH was a crucial ingredient that helped MPH pull through those serious challenges. And I am incredibly grateful for the kind of middle school that he has helped shape for the next generation of MPH families. We are excited that you're staying with us in a new role next year, that you will still have at least one foot in the middle school, and we are glad to take this opportunity to say thank you, Mr. Spear.
Thank you, Jim, for those kind words. Now, under the musical direction of Tyler Amy, we will hear from the members of the 8th grade chorus as they lead us in the singing of the alma mater. If you don't know the words, they can be found in your program. All right, thank you, students. Before we depart, I need to thank everyone who made tonight's celebration possible. Mike, Matt, Pat, Gordy, and everyone else who helped set up the tent. Juhi Lahey for always thinking 8 steps ahead and being the best assistant to division heads I could possibly imagine. Katie Ray and Alyssa Palmer for their work on individual student pictures that lined the tent this evening. Members of the Parent Association have graciously donated their time to set up a reception for students and families directly following this event. And of course, the administrative team and Jim Foley for their leadership. And finally, I want to thank our middle school faculty. They are exceptional educators who are truly masters of their craft. They are creative and inspiring, and I am fortunate to have them as colleagues. Thank you. Last note, parents, please don't forget to take your child's picture frame. This is a keepsake for you. And please enjoy the reception directly following the ceremony that has been put up by the Parents Association. So I did see an Abbey Road t-shirt today, so it's only appropriate that the class of 2028 will process out to track number 7 off Abbey Road. Here comes the sun.